Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Did Donald Trump sign an executive order to cancel Crawford versus Canelo? That's what three people suggested to me. Now, we know Donald Trump's been signing all kinds of executive orders. Not a lot of people agree with Donald Trump, but there are a whole lot of people who agree. Not a lot of people agree with him with some of the things he's doing. But he does have, a lot of supporters at the same time. So this thing about Trump, Crawford, and Canelo, some people are saying there's no connection here. Why in the world would somebody suggest that, jokingly, that Trump signed an executive order to cancel the fight, which we know he didn't do that. But they're saying they believe that maybe, just maybe, there's some secret society involvement here. Now, let me tell you this, right? I love having conversations. I love the conspiracy theory. But sometimes fans just take it to the stupid. Donald Trump don't have a goddamn thing to do with Crawford and Canelo not fighting anymore. But the reason they suggested that, they said, man, isn't it a coincidence that just the last couple of days, Donald Trump decided he wanted to establish what Saudi has and has trillions of dollars in. He wanted to establish a sovereign wealth fund for the United States. Same thing that Saudi has. And Trump even mentioned different countries with sovereign wealth funds, and some have very large amounts. And he specifically mentioned Saudi Arabia and their sovereign wealth fund and how they use it. Now, I know he said that because I watch a lot of news. And even when he mentioned that, I said, God damn, boy, Donald Trump, I know he was at the UFC fight, and he was there with one of the reps from Riyadh season, and he was sitting right next to him. And I did a video saying, Trump and the secret society and involved with Saudi, and some people thought that Hood Champion, here you go again, just talking nonsense. But I was like, nah, there's more to that. But my thing is, when you talk about the sovereign wealth fund, the Saudi sovereign wealth fund, and that a sovereign wealth fund is a fund that's a state-owned investment fund that generates money for our country's economy and system and citizens. I don't, I believe in digging, but I've done a little bit of digging, and I just don't know if I can link Trump to the Saudis and anything happening with Canelo and Crawford. Now, if they're going to have a fight in the States for Canelo to fight somebody, I'll be honest with you. I think fans feel the more competitive fight is Crawford Benavidez. But maybe in some weird way, there was some kind of discussions, since Donald Trump wants to use TikTok if he can acquire it, and to put the revenues generated from TikTok into the sovereign wealth fund. Maybe there's some kind of connection between Trump, Dana White, the Riyadh season rep, and this event with Canelo and Crawford. And now it looks like, now this is what I think, I don't know this because they haven't said it, could be Benavidez as a way to say, hey, if you Saudis are going to keep doing business over here with these boxing events, then maybe we need to put on something outside of Crawford and Canelo, do something with a Canelo Benavidez, and somehow he wants to tap into some of that Saudi money. Now, let me tell you something. That's a reach. But there's no such thing as a stupid comment, a stupid opinion, or idea when it's just a conversation. But I'm going to tell you, I do find it odd, but I don't think we need to stitch together Trump, Dana White, the Riyadh season rep at the UFC event. Then Trump finally get into office, and then Trump the last couple of days talking about a sovereign wealth fund and kind of praising Saudi Arabia for the amount of money they have in theirs. Then all of a sudden, Canelo and Crawford being canceled. I don't know if I buy that, but it sure as hell is funny to have that conversation. Anyway, more to come on Crawford and Canelo. But it's interesting. It is interesting. Just the timeliness of everything. But I don't think Trump has a goddamn thing to do with Crawford and Canelo no longer fighting. Keep cool. More to come. No opinion, no input is off limits. It's all welcome. And I'm going to make videos about them because I think some of this shit is hilarious. Healthy dialogue is what we're all about in this channel. No matter how extreme it may be. Nothing wrong with talking and getting a good laugh out of some of this stuff. Keep cool. I'm in the breeze.